there, Daniel Parker, because considering the fact that Archie Clifford Roberts is only 6.2 seconds behind Chris Crossman. That is a really that's a good question, well presented, but I don't really have the answer for you right now, Daniel.
Well, I'm going to stick my neck on the chopping block and say no, I don't think there will, because when Archie pitted, which was quite a few laps ago, he was 8 seconds behind, well, just under 9 seconds behind these two guys. So to be only 6 now, he's, well, 5.5 it is now. He's not really sort of closed up that much, shall we say? I think they're safe. I think he'll catch Dean Riley, maybe catch. Yeah, I think he'll get within a few seconds, but he's not going to catch him. I don't think they're going to cause him any problems.
Kieran Vidago now throws his hat into the ring and goes, I think they'll pit before he gets there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he's just taken 9/10 out of Chris Crossman on that last lap.
Oh, Kieran's a wise man. He's agreeing with me. It's fine. But yeah, Dave Hedges is really putting the hammer down as well now, isn't he? He's trying to sort of close up onto the back of James, and he is keeping the pressure on. It has to be said, he's 1.3 seconds behind, so not over until the checkered flag is waved.
Yeah, and still with 6 minutes and 20 seconds still on the clock. Adam Isalovich in 14th, still yet to pit. Still it's Dean Riley in the number 2 Tempesta Racing Ferrari that still has to pit as well as Chris Pinchbeck and Chris Crossman. And quite a good battle between Ranjiv Kalsi and Mark Neutelings. The pair covered by just under 0.6 of a second, as Hedges looks to be closing on Hartnell. And I've got a feeling this is going to be the battle for what will effectively be second in the race itself, because then when you look at Pinchbeck, Crossman and Riley, they are going to drop behind. Riley's going to drop behind these two. Pinchbeck and Crossman will drop behind Clifford Roberts, and possibly more than likely James Hartnell, even Dave Hedges, because the way things are going, the gap now is extending between Chris Pinchbeck and Chris Crossman to nearly 1.3 seconds here, Steve, as we fast approach the last 5 minutes. It's still too close to call. I really cannot tell who is going to win this race. Well, who's going to win this race? It looks like Archie Clifford Roberts and Tim Fulbrook's getting ready for the Chris 1-2. Well, I think, Tim, you might be counting your chickens before they hatch on that one.
Yeah, Dave Hedges is lapping significantly faster than James Hartnell.
Oh, Pinchbeck's in, and Crossman, they both blinked at the same time. So Clifford Roberts now takes the lead. Well, that was a certainty anyway. Sorry to cut across you there, Steve.
No, it's okay. I was just assessing. I mean, Dave Hedges he's within half a second of James Hartnell now, so that's the battle to watch, because obviously Dean Riley's going to pit. The other two have gone in the pits. Dean Riley's gone in the pits as well now, so that's all 3 of those guys in.
Hedges nearly got past Hartnell there. So Riley's pitted as well, and then Tim Fulbrook's just responded, I didn't realise they had to stop. Oh. Obviously, you've not been watching the stream fully, have you, Tim? You're coming a bit lastminute.com there. So now there is Pinchbeck, there is Crossman. So Hartnell and Hedges will go past. Now the battle for second place really, really begins as the early morning sunrise and the sunshine starts to filter over the main buildings here at Spa-Francorchamps.
And sorry to interrupt, but Regan Mitchell is just going down the start finish, heading into Eau Rouge, so it's going to be very close between him and Pinchbeck and Crossman as well.
So looks very, very interesting as to who is going to get the upper hand between Hartnell and Hedges. They now head down through the dip, down towards the hill, through into Bruxelles, then into turn 11. Before they then head to Rouen.
Yeah, Mitchell's got 4th place. Mitchell's in 4th with Pinchbeck, I believe, literally right behind him.
Well, Regan Mitchell has definitely come up trumps in this one in terms of using a strategy. But look at the run that Dave Hedges has got on James Hartnell as they head down towards the far part of the circuit through the double left through Pouhon. Hedges had an absolutely brilliant turn of momentum, as now they're going to have the long acceleration phase very, very shortly as they go through Campus and Lifagne, and then Campus and then into Stavelot, before then making the run down towards Blanchimont, which is going to be incredibly committed from the pair of them. So Archie Clifford Roberts, I'm just wondering how far ahead he is at the moment of these two battling away. What's the gap between Archie and James at the moment, Steve?
Archie and James, it's not giving us a time because Archie's just gone over he's onto the next lap, but just bear with me 1 second. That James will cross the finish line in a second. He's about 33 seconds behind.
So after this, we will have one more lap to go then, effectively. Well, no, if we're running in the two... No, because if it was 30 seconds, so we're effectively... I think we're on the final lap. So Archie Clifford Roberts is on the 51st and final lap of this 2-hour race here at Spa. But Hedges not giving up.
Caution to the wind comes to mind there.
That was more... that was definitely... throw a curveball and see what happens. So Dave Hedges Hedges has got a drive through for a track cut. He cut the track through Radion. He gets a drive through. That's a post race penalty.
That's going to give Mitchell the podium, third place.
Oh no! I thought that was a bit close.
The way he went at that, I thought Dave must have known that he basically had a cut or two in the bag, as it were. But obviously, he was on his last warning.
Yeah. Oh. Right at the dying few moments. That is a real disaster for Dave Hedges on what is effectively the final lap of the race. But let's see if we can catch up. Well, there's Chris Crossman still in 6th behind Chris Pinchbeck, who's just up the road about 1.3 seconds. There is Archie Clifford Roberts, and now he heads to the bus stop chicane. Oh, this is going to be tight.
He's going to make him do another lap, you know.
No, it's gone to 0. Time's gone to 0. Checkered flag. Now, that is lucky. That is lucky for Archie Clifford Roberts. That is really, really lucky. But in some respects, I think Dave Hedges will be happy to see the checkered flag, but not be happy about the drive-through, what will be effectively a 30-second post-race penalty for that track cut. And yeah, that gives Regan Mitchell the final step on the rostrum. But James Hartnell, Dave Hedges will serve his drive-through on the final lap. Adam Isailovic also gets a 130-second penalty post-race. Now, what was that for? That was for missing a pit stop, wasn't it? Did he miss a pit stop?
Yes. He potentially did, yes.
And Dave Hedges has just had 80 seconds added to his race time. Oh no, it gets from bad to worse.
Yeah, you can't serve a drive-through on the last lap because obviously you can't complete it. So it was a bit futile of Dave to drive into the pits there, to be fair. But
now where does that put him? I think that puts him behind Pinchbeck and Crossman, doesn't it? Maybe.
Yes, it will do. Yes.
Yeah.
But definitely Regan Mitchell, well done to Regan. He was the one that went with a totally different strategy to everyone, and he's ended up third on the podium. Well done to James Hartnell, bringing that home in second place, and obviously a massive well done to Archie in first.
I am speechless.
That's a first.
I really am. I really am. You know what I'm going to do is this time around, it's been a busy day. I'm going to let Mr. Proudly do the interviews this time around. But, I mean, Steve, just looking back at that race, we had everything. We had really, really good racing all the way through the 2 hours. We did have a couple of incidents where the stewards will be looking into it, but then, to see Dave Hedges throw absolute caution to the wind through Eau Rouge and Redion, trying to catch James Hartnell, and it completely backfires. It's like a firework was set off in his face, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a do or die. We both had a sharp intake of breath when he threw it up there, and the first thing that came to my mind was track cut. But knowing Dave, I thought, no, he must have one in the bag. He must know he's going to get away with that. But yeah, obviously not. He just went for it, and he took the gamble, and it didn't pay off, unfortunately. But I mean, what else was he going to do on the last lap? He was after that place, and potentially he needed to send it full gun through there, which is what he did. So respect to the guy for trying.
Yeah,
good try, good effort.
Well, firstly, I have to say a big thank you to Mike Yao from Simply Race for epic coverage all the way through. Apologies, obviously, with the stream lag a bit earlier on due to some technical difficulties. Steve Hinden goes, well done, Archie, as ever. Mr. Faultless, great race. Super Regan, good race by James as well. So, 3 drivers looking very, very good at the top of the standings. But we have to give Simply Race and Mike Yao a big shout out here, because he does a fantastic job every single time we go racing, whether it's GT3 or GT4. So, Steve, I'll hand things over to you down in the interview booth with a couple of drivers that I think you need to speak to.
Thank you very much. I'll pop down there now. Good evening, gents, and just wanted to say great racing there. If I can come to Chris Crossman first. Well done, Chris.
Cheers, buddy. It was pretty hard, to be fair.
That was some absolutely epic racing between yourself and Mr. Pinchbeck. We were running a sweepstake on when you were actually going to pit. Did it go to plan, or were you just waiting? Was it a case of see who blinks first?
Well, I wasn't sure, because obviously there's a couple of strategies, and when certain people started to pit after 1/3 of the race, I thought, great, they're going to do 1/3, 2/3, probably change tyres. So I thought I might get a few positions, but obviously I was battling with Pinchy, and it was an epic battle. The first time he went in the pits, I think I done it 1 or 2 laps before him. So I've got my tyres up to pressure, and he came out, and I managed to overtake him, and I was holding him up. It was epic battling, but he was way faster than me. But then obviously on the second time, he went in the pits the same time as me. Basically just came out, and he just went away, and I knew that was it. I was hoping that he might have had to put a little bit of fuel in, because I literally just had the 1 litre. But yeah, he was very fast in there as well, mate. So as soon as he went out, I knew that was it. But yeah, it was epic battling between me and him for the whole race. He was a little bit faster, like I say, but I was holding him up. But when I got in front, I was just trying to be really defensive.
It was absolutely fantastic to watch, and if you get a chance to watch the stream back, you certainly got more than your 5 minutes of fame in that coverage, because it was awesome to watch. Thanks very much, Chris, and well done, Mr. Pinchbeck. I'll come to you, and you can follow on from Mr. Crossman there. Just saying, absolutely epic racing. And I was saying to Alex and the guys watching the stream, Mr. Pinchbeck, I'll put a Yorkshire pound on the fact that he pits as late as possible. And I wasn't far wrong. And was that the plan all the way along?
Yeah, it was, mate. It was, to be honest. I thought that's what Archie was going to do right from the very beginning, because we were on last night, and he totally changed his tactics on everyone.
I was confused at that as well. Yeah, threw me when I seen him go in early.
No, it was great racing, guys, and the respect between you guys racing so closely together and so quickly was absolutely awesome to watch. Made some fantastic viewing for everyone at home.
Yeah, I was going to say thank you very much, Chris Crossman. That was awesome, mate.
You too, buddy. Well done.
Now, well done, guys. Now, Dave Hedges, if I can come to you next. Good effort, mate. Sent it through Eau Rouge. Myself and Alex on the stream, if you get a chance to watch it back, you'll hear a sharp intake of breath from both of us as you cut the track, and we saw it was a track cut. And I was just saying to Alex, in the back of my mind, I thought, he's got a cut in the bank, as it were. He's not going to get a penalty for this. Then we saw the drive-through come up. But yeah, some awesome driving, Dave. And all the way through that race, it was difficult to see where everyone was going to be. But did it go to plan? Was there anything that threw up for you? Or
to be honest, strategy was was thrown a little bit because I obviously trying to stay ahead of James at the start there, and probably would have been a lot easier for me for the rest of the race. But so I changed my fuel stops a little bit. Obviously went long, then just sort of went 50-50. But I actually put in a full half race worth of fuel as well on my last stop. So that was a big mistake. I had over 50 litres too much, which didn't help. And I got my last track cut my third warning with 4 minutes to go. And obviously it's really difficult when you're right up behind somebody. And I actually thought I might have got away with it because I was going sideways up through Radion, but obviously not.
No, we did. I mean, we did say, fair play to you, mate. It was the last lap. What else were you going to do? It was an option that you had to really get the run up there and really stick it to him down the Camel Straight. But good effort and really unlucky. But good race all round, and onwards and upwards as it were to the next round.
Absolutely.
Regan, over to you, mate. You had a very different strategy to everybody else. You pitted very early in the race, and we saw you drop right down the leaderboard. But then, slowly but surely, as everyone else had to pit, you made your way back up, and here you are on the podium, mate. So well done. Was that the plan?
Was that actually a P3?
I believe you were P3. Yeah.
Yeah, it said P4 on the thing. It didn't apply Dave's penalty.
Yeah, well, post penalty, you will be P3.
Nice. Yeah, I had to pit. I did my 1 litre of fuel pit early because I was stuck behind the Porsche. I was getting really annoyed, so I pit early and then pitted halfway as well and just went the whole last half of the race from a full tank on one set of tyres. It worked very well.
Yeah, well done, mate. I mean, as ever, you just kept your head down, you kept it consistent, and you kept going. So credit to you, and it just goes to show, you don't have to follow the crowd when it comes to the track.
No, just like being behind people, I realised. So I needed clean air to go fast. So that's what I did.
Oh, well done, mate. And as I say, it was great to watch, and it was good racing. So well done. James Hartnell, the man who knows his place and where he needs to be. After the interview at Monza, said that he probably wasn't going to be going for the win, and he had some good rounds, some bad rounds. You certainly had a good round tonight, mate.
Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't bad at all.
Some good, solid driving, buddy. Did it all go to plan? Was there anything that threw you off course a little bit, or was that pretty much how you expected it?
I tried. Yeah, I mean, it was always going to try and work out whether it was going to do the splash and dash thing, because the Ferrari's pretty good on tyres, but every which way I looked at it, I couldn't work out how to. It ended up being, an equal three-way split was the best thing. But I could, coming up, I think with Dave, I could tell he was heavy. I really had to be quite aggressive to get past him early doors, otherwise he was going to hold me up a wee bit. And then, the racing with everybody was just fantastic. And then I'll be very honest, I was so pleased I got in front of Lucas after the first pit stop. That was the key to the whole race, to be honest, because Lucas is really hard to get past, and I did that in the pits, and I was really lucky.
Yeah, I was going to bring Lucas up, to be fair. In the first sort of stint, it seemed like he had the measure and he was going to run off after Archie, albeit a few seconds behind Archie, but he certainly managed to put a bit of a gap on you. But you seem to find your rhythm, and you close that gap down towards the pit stop stage, and then, like you say, you managed to jump him in the pits, which was excellent and the key to your race.
Yeah, very much so.
So yeah, well done. I think that's well done to everybody. The racing did look phenomenal tonight. It was really close. There was a lot of respect throughout the field, and just well done. And thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thanks, mate. Cheers,
Thanks
Steve.
a lot, guys.
So Alex, very happy drivers there. Everybody keen to be interviewed tonight.
Yes, they were lining up in their droves, my good man. But
that's because they heard I was doing the questioning. You see, just blocked there like sheep.
Oh well, you might have to do that in future, compadre. I think.
No problem, mate.
But what a 2-hour race here at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. So Archie Clifford Roberts, Steve, continues to exert his dominance on Season 3 GT3, and then in just a couple of weeks' time, on the 27th of September, we head to WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca for round 8. A 1 hour full throttle extravaganza, no mandatory pit stops. It's going to be all for themselves in California. I think it's going to be an absolute cracker, wouldn't you agree?
I think it will be, and I'm sure the lads will be on the server tomorrow evening, if not tonight, putting some practice in for that one, because it's likes to flag racing, like you say, no pit stops and everything to play for. That the midfield's really, I say the midfield, second place down is really it's tight, and every point counts, and the places are still to battle for. And you heard those guys in the interviews tonight. You know, they really enjoyed that, and they're keen for more, and they want more, and they want more points.
Well, that concludes the action this evening for round 7 of Simsport Racing ACC Season 3 GT3. Join myself and Steve for round 2 of Assetto Corsa Competizione GT4 Season 2 this coming Wednesday, as we head to the Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona, for a 45-minute reverse grid GT4 race. That's going to be really interesting indeed. Steve, thanks very much again for joining me in the virtual commentary box, this time in our double header here for GT3 Season 3 in Belgium. Looking forward to working alongside you once again at Barcelona in just a couple of days' time.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Alex, as well, mate. I know you've had a really busy day, and it was touch and go whether you got back in time tonight, but thank you for all your efforts and making it as exciting and as you do. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much to you all, those Simsport Racing faithful viewers. And those that want to join us, head to simsport-racing.com for further information on how you can join us, race with us, but also be part of the community. Thank you very much for being with us this evening. We wish you all a pleasant remainder of your Sunday evening. And above all, stay safe, stay healthy. And here's a preview of what's coming up for round 8 very soon. Good night.